Hi, welcome to Agatha's Kitchen and my honest review of the latest addition to the Thermomix family, the Thermomix Friend, which has just been released in the UK. I'll tell you what it is, what it does, and who I think would benefit from having this in their kitchen the most. And if you're thinking, do I need my Thermomix now that I can get hold of a friend for half of the cost of a Thermomix? Well, let me stop you right there. It will not replace the Thermomix. It's designed as an accessory, an extra pair of hands, a sous chef for your main, very powerful machine. The idea behind having a friend as an accessory to your TM6 is that you can save time by cooking simultaneously in two mixing bowls at the same time. So you could be making a curry in your TM6 and making a rice in TM Friend to go with that main course. It's also great for batch cooking, as you can double up on the capacity of your bowl, so you end up with 4 liters capacity altogether. You could be making a jam, you could be making a lot of sauce, you could be making a big portion of soup. You could also make similar dishes at the same time, so if you want to cater for dietary requirements in your home or simply for those fussy eaters, you could be making chili con carne in one bowl and vegetarian chili in the other at the same time. So what does it actually do, and what is the difference between the Friend and the TM6? Thermomix Friend can stir, heat, saute and steam, and these are really the main functions that you can control manually from your screen. It doesn't have any preset functions such as sous vide, slow cook, rice cooker. Thermomix Friend will not chop, blend, emulsify or grind anything because it only goes up to speed 2 and only in reverse. You control time, temperature and speed manually here. The maximum time you can set Thermomix Friend for is 2 hours, which I find quite limiting because when I want to free up my TM6, I'd like to be able to set my Friend to slow cooking mode or fermentation. But the good news is you can sous vide in your Thermomix Friend, which will free up your main machine to do other things, and you can sous vide for up to 2 hours, so that's perfect for making that tender piece of fish or a steak, which normally takes around an hour and a half. The manual temperature setting on Thermomix Friend is exactly the same as on TM6. It goes up to 120 degrees Celsius, plus it has the aroma setting. Whilst in Thermomix TM6 you can set the temperature precisely to 1 degree accuracy for sous vide mode, for example, on Thermomix Friend is in increments of 5 degrees. So if you were to sous vide a steak, you probably want to go up to 55 degrees. For a fish is between 45 and 50. When using it manually, bear in mind that the power of rotation on Thermomix Friend is a lot lower than TM6. So if you have any resistance in the bowl, such as chopped vegetables that get stuck between the knives or simply large chunks that block the knives, they will not move. So it's best to either pre-boil your vegetables first in TM6 or chop them to really fine pieces. And another difference between the functionality of TM6 and Thermomix Friend is that the Friend does not have the scales built in. So that's quite a big limitation for me. If I want to follow a manual recipe myself, I have to switch the bowl every time I want to weigh an additional ingredient into the bowl. To use Thermomix Friend manually, you set it up by using this dial here, and you turn it just as you would on TM6 to increase or decrease the temperature. Then you press it to switch to the temperature, and again you control it by turning the dial, press again, then it prompts you to put the lid on, and the last press, this is where you start it. So you turn the dial either to speed 1 or speed 2, and to stop it you press the dial again. You can use Thermomix Friend in two ways. You can either set it up manually, as I just showed you, or you can use guided cooking from your TM6. Thermomix Friend connects to the TM6 via Bluetooth and automatically receives the cooking instructions and settings from the main machine. Thermomix Friend has only just been released, so currently there are only 40 recipes on the UK cookie dough platform made especially for Thermomix Friend, and there are some great ideas there on how you can create your own combinations. These include making jam, so a quite large portion using two machines at the same time, or creating an entire meal in quite a short space of time. So you might have a soup bubbling away in your Thermomix Friend whilst you doing a quickly chopped salad in your TM6 followed by a dessert. In these guided recipes, you simply follow the instructions on your TM6 screen and you will be prompted to swap the bowl to your Thermomix Friend, and the settings will be sent directly to the friend via Bluetooth. But if you're following a regular recipe from your TM6, which has not been designed for Thermomix Friend, you will not be able to send those settings via Bluetooth, which I found a little bit disappointing. So when you want to make a soup, you start it off in your TM6, then you switch the bowl to Thermomix Friend. To continue, you have to input those settings manually, and then start a brand new recipe on your TM6 for a brownie, bread dough, or whatever you're planning to make. As we know, TM6 receives regular software updates, they constantly add new functions, and this is something I'd like to see in the future to make that experience slicker and easier. Visually, Thermomix Friend is consistent with Thermomix TM6. The base is made from very similar material. The control dial is exactly the same as we've got on TM6. It's also very compact. It will fit in the drawer as well as a cupboard. The screen on Thermomix Friend is a lot smaller. It only has 3 manual settings. It's a monocolor screen, whilst on TM6 you've got a 4-color. There is no extended screen with additional functions, so it's just the manual settings on this screen here. You can use Thermomix Friend with either TM6 or TM5. As we know, the bowl from TM5 has a slightly different shape, but you can flick this switch here at the bottom to change the setting to a TM5 bowl. Thermomix Friend doesn't come with any accessories apart from the bowl if you choose to buy it with the bowl, but you can of course use it with all the Thermomix accessories, so you can use simmering basket, and you can also use your Varoma dish, put it on top because it does have the Varoma setting. So to summarize my review, I personally do a lot of cooking, and before I got the Friend, I had a second mixing bowl already, which I found really useful because you could make your bread dough in one bowl and just leave it there to rise. In the meantime, get on with another recipe in a second bowl without having to wash it. So definitely recommend having 2 bowls. Thermomix Friend takes it to the next level. So not only you've got 2 bowls, you also have a second machine where you can prepare an alternative dish. If you do a lot of batch cooking, you have a larger family, or you cater for those different dietary requirements, you have small children that have quite different tastes to you, I do recommend Thermomix Friend. I think it's a great accessory for your main machine. Thanks for watching my review. I hope you found it useful. If you'd like to see me cook something in Thermomix Friend, check out my other videos on this channel and subscribe if you'd like to see more.